I need to hear their names. I need them. I need reminders of them. The beautiful them, not the ones we saw during the trial. My son laying under his fucking trunk dead. Amber bent over. Why would he shoot her in the head like that? And her son was in the back seat. Why? What sick individual does that?
Tim Dean was the chief of police in a small town in the Texas Panhandle. In less than a year, he went from being a police chief to a convicted murderer. And it all started with a disturbing Facebook video.
You know, Sun raised 2,000 people. So now the biggest problem that they've had was from their police department. They're guys that were supposed to be keeping them safe.
He had a little man syndrome. He thought, and again, this is just my speculation, but he feels like, okay, I'm the chief of police of Sunrise, so you're going to respect me because of who I am. And people didn't. People laughed at him.
So he had bought this new home in Sunrise. He had this new wife and this new career as chief. Everything was going just, he thought. And then the child abuse thing comes up.
He blamed everyone but Charlene for that child abuse. I mean, she's the one who videoed it. She's the only one who could have released it, but it was everybody's fault but hers.
Fucking person and shut the fuck up!
Skylar.
I'm gonna snatch you up by your goddamn hair. Eat your fucking food. I don't want to hear any huffing and puffing. I want to hear fucking yes, sir. Now eat! Grab your fork and put food in your...
Within days, Tim Dean is arrested. He loses custody of his daughter, and he's forced to resign as police chief. His wife, Charlene, also loses custody of her kids, and they go back to her ex-boyfriend in New York. With their marriage falling apart, Charlene comes up with a deadly plan to get her kids back, and Tim agrees to it.
This is where it was said that the planning occurred here in this garage.
Tim wasn't always a monster. He wasn't always like that. He was in a very dark place. He was about to lose his house. He didn't have any money left. He was about to lose cars. He lost his kid. About to lose the love of his life.
I just don't think the picture perfect marriage of what Tim thought he was getting with Charlene was working out. And then when she thought she was going to lose her kids, he said, I want my kids. He said, well, maybe
for me.
Then if he promised to do that for her, then they would live happily ever after, and he would have that
SUV.
6 hours into his drive across the country, Tim crashes his car in Kansas.
What happened? Well, I was trying to turn around. GPS was leading me wrong, and it slid off into that freaking piece of concrete.
Where were you going?
Honestly, man, I was just driving. My whole life has kind of gone to shit lately. More or less living out of my car.
So you're just driving around Kansas from Texas, huh?
Yeah.
So where were you gonna go?
Well, I've got a family friend that I was gonna go see, but
422.
Where's that at?
that's all the way up in New York.
Jesus.
Yeah.
How many days off do you have?
Oh, it's doable. It's about a 24-hour drive. I'll be back Monday.
God intervened with the car accident. Like, God came down and said, hey, boom, go home. You had something intervene in your world that said, this isn't a good idea, turn your ass around and go home. And you didn't do it. That's on you, Betty.
I get a phone call, and I knew by the way it came up, I knew it was going to be the police. And she goes, well, there's been a shooting, and your son has passed away. And I'm like, I just start screaming, not my Josh. No, it can't be my Josh. No. That's all I remember saying, not my Josh. And I said, where's Amber? And she goes, Amber's gone too. And I'm like, oh my God. I mean, it's just like, it's unbelievable. It was like the worst nightmare you could ever think of.
A week after the shooting, Texas police arrested Tim Dean at his home in Sunray. At the same time, police arrest Charlene Childers in New York. A week later, police arrest Braun Bowler, another Sunray police officer who helped plan the murder.
Mr. Dean, you are certainly a classic psychopath. You've never shown one bit of emotion in this courtroom, not once of guilt or remorse. I really wonder what goes on in your head. If you have any sense of a conscience, you have to be haunted by what you've done. And beyond your criminality and the immorality of your acts, I don't know which one of you three geniuses thought you were going to get away with this. The two of you were police officers. How did you think this was going to work? What a waste. As a police officer, you had an oath to serve and protect. The only one you served and protect was Charlene Childers. I just want to say, Ms. Childers, I've handled a lot of murder trials, and every murder is senseless and tragic, but it has to be the most senseless and tragic murder I've ever handled. What struck me is that how matter-of-factly you discussed killing Josh Niles on your trip back from New York to Texas. It was like asking Timmy Dean if he wanted to go out to dinner, and you knew he'd say yes. That was the thing, you knew he'd say yes. Conversely, at any time, you could have told him to stop, and he would have stopped, because he was your puppet, you manipulated him, and he would have done whatever you said. So ultimately, you're the one that planned this and allowed this murder to go forward. It strikes me that there's three sets of children here that are going to grow up without a mother and father. These children are going to be traumatized for the rest of their lives.
None of these kids are going to be the same.
Yeah.
Gabby's a good girl, but she's very hurt. She don't understand why her mom would do this, take her dad away and Amber. We had to tell them. It was too publicized, and I didn't want some kid in school saying something to them and then having no idea what they're talking about. Because how do you wrap around your mind that your mom would have your dad killed? It makes no sense. It makes no sense to me. I couldn't imagine being them. Bentley wrote his first letter, and he told his mom, I'm angry with you. You took my daddy away. Now I can't make memories. You took my memories away. You're stupid.